Alrighty guys, so I'm gonna make this video mostly to educate the new players. Now, a lot of you guys are in our line group, which is awesome, great community. If you guys want to join it, comment your tag down below and we'll add you to it. Very simple. Now, there's some serious misinformation going on. When you guys hear us talking about the best commanders, what makes them the best and stuff like that, you guys don't seem to understand that there's a bare minimum required for these commanders to actually be good. Okay? There's a huge bare minimum required for, say, Hoodoo. That's who I mostly want to talk about right now. And Rogers. We'll talk about Rogers too. So, here's my Rogers. Right now, when you guys hear us talk about Rogers, you hear us talk about how good Rogers is. A lot of you guys might think, it's like, oh yeah, well, Rogers is good right away. He's not. Rogers is only good once he reaches a minimum of his skill, of his defensive stance, being a minimum of level 50 or 51. If you do not have his defensive stance to a minimum of that level, he's not going to be good for you. The whole point of Rogers is that he activates his defensive stance 4 times and he becomes invincible. Now, that cannot and will not happen, okay, if that skill is not level 51, okay? Now, 50 or 51. This is why. It scales by 0.5% per level, okay? So if it takes away damage, all incoming damage is reduced by 25%, activates 4 times, that equals a grand total of 100%. So that means 100% of all incoming damage will be nullified, right? 80% activation and stacks. So that's the whole point of him. If you have a skill level 30, you think I'm gonna main Rogers. No, you're delusional. You're daydreaming. You're not gonna main him. Can you run him at A class? Yes. A lot of people were telling me, no, don't do it. Oh, it's a waste of leadership because if you can't feed him other S classes. I never feed away my S classes. That's just me. I only feed my S class away once they become useless and I can't either upgrade them for my daily tasks or upgrade their skills. When upgrading their skills becomes too expensive and just not worth it, that's when I feed them away. Okay? I don't just feed away my S classes all willy-nilly. Okay? We stockpile mags until there's an increased leadership event. That's what we do in the old servers. I've stockpiled up to 10k mags and waited months, then spent it on one day, because that's what we do. Okay, like at the end game, leadership does not determine power, gear and skill level does. Okay, that's what it is with a Rogers. If you just have a Rogers and think I'm gonna main Rogers because he's Rogers, that's not how that works. You need to have the gear to make him survive long enough for his defensive stack to go off. If you can't do that, you don't main him. You're delusional. Okay, I had Rogers from the Christmas event. I unlocked him right away instead of getting the Slay. Why didn't I get the Slay engine? Because I already had the Aries skin. Plus, with the new buff that you can increase your medbay by 400%, that skin's kind of obsolete. Okay? I don't need that much freaking med space, okay? I'd rather have a Rogers. Why did I get the Rogers so early on? Because I slowly upgraded his skill. I already knew he was completely useless until the skill got up. Okay, so what did I do? I upgraded that skill little by little, just upgraded that skill every day. Once I had that skill high enough, then I ran him. Then I fed my leadership into him. Everybody thinks, oh, you spent so much money just beefing up your Rogers. No, I didn't spend. I barely spent any money. Okay, all my money was mostly into investments, stuff like that. Was investments, gold card, shadow matter card, and mag card, right? That's where most of my money went. Okay, now there's the Rogers that everybody, like, when you hear us talking about he's number 2, that's why. Okay, and those are the minimums for him. Now let's talk about Hoodoo. Okay, now this is what I want to show you guys. You guys hear us talk about Hoodoo being the best walking commander. He is, but there's a huge bare minimum for him to be the best walker commander. Let me show you guys right here. This Hoodoo has 10k leadership, 10,450 leadership to be exact. He sent one full stack of T4 That's 2 tiers higher than my T2. Sure, I have troop advantage, but he does have some resistance like his Taurus jewels. Okay, he out leaderships me. He out techs me. I think he has maxed out tech for his walkers. Okay, so he out leaderships me and he out attacks me, and he sent higher tier troops, but he still lost. Was it purely because of my troop stats? No, it's because he doesn't know the bare minimum for his hoodoo. He doesn't understand his commander. Okay, I understand mine. Mine just has to survive. You guys might be looking like, wow, he has some pretty good gear. Why is he running Shadora? Because look at it. It's close to perfect. Now let's come over here. What the fuck is that? This player clearly has money, but he spent it on stupid shit. Like, look at that. He got an Apocalyptor. Good. That's one good thing. Eye of the Abyss. He got the Eye of the Abyss on a brand new server where he had to either blow sodas or a stupid amount of gold to win in the versus. Okay. Like, I didn't even have enough tokens because I didn't even try for the versus, right? The only time I did try was for my gems. There was an unofficial event. They gave us free gems for winning ace tokens. So that's how I got so many ace tokens, and I got a dual jewel set. Like, let's see. Let's click on the chest plate. There we go. See, I have 2 jewel sets 2 months into the server because it was an unofficial event. I always keep an eye out for the events and stuff. Now, back to Hoodoo's main minimum. There's 2 ways of running a Hoodoo, or 2 ways that I've seen. One, your Hoodoo is so big and bulky, he one-shots the stack, and then his death rattle kicks in. Maxed out, by the way. Maxed out. Comes in and then mops up. Right? Either one-shots everything I have at once, or he one-shotted a stack, and then everything else is so weak you can barely touch him. Okay? That's one Hoodoo I've seen. Now, the second Hoodoo is the Pocket Hoodoo, which I think is the best Hoodoo, right? Melt did a great video on him. Go check it out, and let me explain how the Pocket Hoodoo works. The Pocket Hoodoo is essentially a 5k, 10k. It's a small Hoodoo. It's not a very big Hoodoo. It's not a 30k, 50k Hoodoo, right? It's a small Hoodoo that uses a full Libra jewel set, minimum a full Libra jewel set, and then either a plus 27 or higher Black Knight chest plate or the Tear Suppression Arc Skin. Okay, the Libra jewel set is a must. Then the chest plate or the skin, one or the other. Then if he has that, if he fights tier 2 using tier 7, Hoodoo will wipe him out. It doesn't matter. He can even wipe out T10 using that. Why? Let me explain. Now, tier suppression makes it so if you hit a low tier troop, you will hit in the millions, right? Hoodoo is a walker commander, so he can attack an entire front row. If you just send 1 stack of high tier troops, but he still manages to hit with the front row attack a tier 1 or tier 2 lower down, the Libra jewel set kicks in. This is where priority kicks in. Okay, if you guys played Yu-Gi-Oh, you understand priority. Okay, now if his attack front row skill activates, his S-class skill, and he kills 1 stack, or he hits 1 stack of low tier troops right away. Also with his Chain Blast, if that activates too, it's even more damage. Because what will happen is, let's say his Chain Blast activates, he will hit, right? Come on, let's come over here actually for a visual. Boom. So let's look at his Chain Blast. Okay, 40% chance to activate, so that's pretty good. If this attack lands, he will do 1% of that damage. Well, 60% at most, because it goes up by 1% per level. Now, if it's max, it'll be 60% of the damage you dealt will be dealt to the entire freaking enemy troops. Okay, his dealt damage will be okay. So it'll be dealt to that row. Okay, it'll be dealt to that row for that damage he hit. Now, what happens if he's using Libra? That Libra forces that tier 2, the low tier troop, to take damage in the millions. Again, I'm going all over the place, but just let me explain. So, if the Chain Blast activates, the damage he deals with his S-class ability, which I don't have unlocked on here, but it's a 60% activation as well. If he hits a low tier troop, the Libra jewel sets kick in first. that damage will now be amplified to the millions. Okay, so now he just hit this one low tier troop for millions of damage. It's fucking dead. It's gone, right? So then Chain Blast kicks in, and 60% of that damage dealt will be dealt to the entire front row. Where if he had T10s, he had T7s, whatever, it will take 60% of that damage, period. And then, because he killed a stack of troops, the Death Rattle kicks in. Even more damage. Okay, again, 60%, 1% per level. Okay, that damage will then be carried over again to the high tier troops, and this attacks all troops. So once again, that's even more damage that was not rescaled for the high tier troops. So if you hit a low tier troop for 1 million damage, that 1 million damage is carried over to the high tier troop. It is not recalculated. Okay, that's what makes Hoodoo so scary when using low tier troops. That's why Pocket Hoodoo is the most effective. Do you want to have a 50k Hoodoo and have to send full stacks? No. With this guy, you can send one commander in each slot on low tier troops and just wipe the floor with somebody. With Hoodoo, that's how you see some major plays happen. Okay, because he manages to hit a low tier troop for the millions, and then that damage automatically carries over to the high tier troops as well, just destroying them. That's how you see Dio destroy Woody or Sabet. Okay, that's how you see Melt himself destroy his enemies. That is the Pocket Hoodoo, and there's a bare minimum for him is full Libra jewel sets, right? Black Knight at plus 27 or higher, and or the Arc skin. That's the Pocket Hoodoo minimum. If you don't have that, you're gonna get destroyed. Now, what else does he require? Let's come back over here for a visual. Now, his chief has accuracy pants. Why didn't he put those accuracy pants on his Hoodoo? With the Eye of the Abyss, that's some great accuracy. Okay, Apocalyptor, then a Dragon Slayer, or any other damage, another Apocalyptor. Okay, he would not only have enough accuracy to hit me, but he would have a great amount of freaking crit damage from his Eye of the Abyss. Hoodoo has no guaranteed hit, so his Chain Blast and Death Rattle will not go off unless he's actually able to hit the target. The bare minimum for him is enough accuracy to actually be able to hit the enemy. This guy already has some good gear that would let him hit me, but he didn't put it on him. That's what led to him losing so bad. Even though he had high tier troops, and he has some okay gear, but he still lost bad. This player clearly did not understand his commanders or the bare minimum required for them. If you hear us in the older servers or in the line talk about what commanders are better than which, it's because we already understand the bare minimums required for them. If you're a new player and you hear us talking about how Hoodoo's number one, he is number one, but understand there's a bare minimum for him. Same for Rogers, he is good, but there's a bare minimum. Same for Stella. She is fantastic, but Stella requires a lot more than either Rogers or Hoodoo. I'm gonna make a whole video on her, okay? But there you go. New players, don't get misguided by us in this misinformation that's going on. Okay? I know a lot of you guys are gonna disagree with me. Comment down below, let me know what you think. If you want to be added to a line, comment your tag down below. I'll add you to it. Okay? We share memes, funny stuff all the time. Okay? See you guys.